112-year battle continues. Which bike will go home with the lucky winner? The public is welcome to all events. No motorcycles needed. Come out, have fun, and help a great cause all at the same time. Friday and Saturday, May 29th and 30th. For more information, visit ocalabikefest.com.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Just a nice-looking Thursday morning. There is rain in today's forecast. There's rain in every day's forecast, and that's really kind of the way it is in Central Florida. For most of the years I've lived here, it's always been this kind of afternoon showers thing every afternoon, starting around May, like it is right now, lasting probably through the end of August or so.
We need rain, though.
Galen, yes, my lawn, I know. I never worry about my lawn before, but it's looking yellow now, so I think it's drier than ever. At least my lawn is.
Yeah.
Of course, I could turn on the hose. So everybody tells me, you could water it.
Yeah.
Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center, and of course he reminds us of the importance of donating blood. You save 3 lives. It's as simple as that, and it's real simple. You just go there, lay down, let them do their job, and you walk out of there a hero. And you had a couple of cookies in the process. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry. Bob.
Oh, boy, you're sounding really breaking up. Is there something you can fix there?
Yeah,
That's much better, much better, much better.
How are you guys?
Good. What was I just going to tell Galen about the cookies? Oh, I can't remember now.
About the cookies from the...
Drew a blank. The cookies from what?
Oh, from the a Japanese restaurant that you used to get? Or the cookies from the computer?
No, I don't know. Drew a blank. So what happened yesterday?
Well, there were some big changes with our donor criteria that with the male to male sex.
Oh, we had that story yesterday.
From the FDA, it finally came out, and so we just had a meeting to discuss how we were going to handle it, what we were going to do, our reaction to the press, that kind of thing.
So will you ask me anymore if I ever had sex with another man?
Yes.
You'll still ask me that?
It's a year deferral. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It's a year deferral.
Oh, wow. And so now you say when?
Yes, that's correct. Well, and if you remember, we had this actual debate a couple of months ago when the FDA first said they were going to do it, and so we knew it was coming. So that part wasn't a shock. It's just you've got to make it's pretty impactful.
What I think about this is that regardless of what people think about this, it still doesn't change anything about the donating process. I mean, you might have an opinion about receiving blood because of this, but the donating part doesn't change at all. I mean, you're still going to be with a clean needle, with a friendly phlebotomist, and get a cookie.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything. I agree with you.
So
it really doesn't. It just doesn't. So.
Yeah, that was one of the stories yesterday. We were going to bring it up to you, but I did recall, talking about this kind of at length, really, not too long ago.
Yeah.
So yesterday, because it was completed, or somebody signed some papers or something.
Yeah. That's just what made it hard. It's one of those things that's complicated. There's a lot of moving parts, and so we have to figure out how quickly we can turn this on, because what happens is a big story like this, people think you can instantly just make that happen, and there's a lot of our standard operating procedures that have to be changed. And I mean, we're one of the most regulated industries in the United States, and so you can't just turn it on like that. So it was.
Have you ever had a phlebotomist tell you that they were asking the questions like, "Have you ever been paid for sex?" and they can't, and the person said, "Oh gosh, all the time." Have you ever had that?
Yeah.
Has that happened?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's funny.
And would you finish asking the questions, or do you just say, "Well, that's it. You're going to have to leave"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Galen, you're breaking up again.
I am?
Yeah.
There you go. Now I hear you. I hear you say I am.
Oh.
Go ahead. So, I mean,
Okay.
once you get to that, if you get that kind of an answer, do you just stop it right there, or do you continue asking all the questions?
No, you stop it right there. I mean, it's a deferral at that point. So, yeah, you just stop it right there.
And you just say, you can't really give it. I mean, do you talk about
they
it?
kind of know.
Do you guys,
they know.
do you giggle about it? I would say, oh gosh, it was so funny. Oh, she said yes all the time.
Yeah,
or
right.
a guy who says, have you ever paid for sex? Oh, please. I did it just this morning. They just say, okay,
I'm real relaxed.
You got to go home.
That's crazy.
All right. This segment, just ignore everything I just said. This segment, the important message of getting, the important message about giving blood is sponsored by Penn Flooring. They have some quality. What do you find, a bug?
Yeah, another bug on here. I just
sponsored by Penn Flooring. They've got some beautiful flooring. We've got some of their flooring right here. Go to their showroom and check out what they have. You might want to be remodeling this time of year. Not a bad time of year to do that. They've been in business for over 25 years. They know what they're doing. They sell some quality merchandise, and they've got a showroom so you can see it for yourself. It's at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, right by the McKay Williams Bridge.
Yep.
Over the railroad tracks.
Yes.
Railroad tracks are on everybody's mind today, in the last couple of days. So there you go. Donate blood and thank Penn Flooring for doing that. Did you know that Terry Bradshaw's going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming to on Buddy's show.
Yeah, between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. he'll be here.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of buzzing about a celebrity guy coming in.
So call in with your questions
like
to
7
him.
times.
What's that?
What is that?
Dan must have told me that 7 times
Oh, Dan?
when I saw him Friday.
Oh, okay. But anyway, it's kind of cool. Well, I mean, we've spoken to a lot of celebrities on the phone.
Oh yeah, we
but
have.
in the
a
studio,
lot of rock stars.
I mean, in the studio, who would we count? Bobby Goldsboro.
Yeah, he came in.
Well, we've had our share of political celebrities.
Yeah.
Do we count all of them? There's a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. But like the huge A-listers we've had on the phone, and it's just really incredible actors.
I know, but in the studio,
songwriters.
It's a little different.
In the studio, yeah, because they're not always.
It's a lot
here in
different,
town,
actually.
know?
Oh, we know who we had. We had the Munchkin.
Oh, that's right, Meinhard Robbie. We had him in
One of the
here.
Munchkins was in the studio.
The coroner, he was an icon. We've had a lot on the
Anyway,
phone.
David Letterman has had a lot of celebrities on his show, obviously. Can you imagine have that kind of a profile show? Wow.
Yeah. Well, we do. Ours is just on the phone. It's never in the studio.
We don't have that kind.
But David Letterman, he's amazing.
Before the reason I'm asking about that is because David Letterman is wrapping it up, so I have some of his top 10 list, but I don't want to read the whole list. I just want to read the number one. I'll tell you the category, and then I'll tell you the number one.
Okay.
Because
All right, there you go. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Number one was always like the punchline of the top 10 lists, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
But before I tell you that, I have a cool story to tell you. There's a story right now that's kind of trending. I guess that's what they say. A lot of people looking it up. It's a high school quarterback. Did you hear about this story? He took his friend with Down syndrome to the prom. All right, this is a guy named Ben Moser, high school quarterback. He told his friend, Mary Lapkowski, when they were in 4th grade, that when we get older, I want to take you to the prom. Mm-hmm. Now, Mary has Down syndrome. And I guess in 4th grade probably didn't mean, they're just friends.
Yeah.
When you get older, Down syndrome becomes an issue, as you know, having a friend with Down syndrome forever, Doug. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the guy kept his promise from 4th grade. He took her to the prom. Isn't that amazing?
Wow, that is cool.
That is totally amazing.
Really cool.
So where was this? Do you want to know where this was?
He's an upstanding young man. He kept his promise.
He had everything. He looked good, and she looked pretty. The two, imagine, went to, in Pennsylvania, this is.
Oh, gosh.
When they in 4th grade, Ben promised Mary that when they got old enough, he would take her to the prom. Ben remembered his promise to Mary, decided to surprise her with a special proposal. Mm-hmm. Mary said she was happy and surprised that Ben had asked her to the prom. I was going to go with some friends, she said. Last week, the two got all dressed up and attended the prom at Mary's school, which is Central Dauphin High School. The 4th grade teacher even came to see them off.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That is really great.
It's in Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, Dauphin.
Oh.
That's it. Yeah, that's cool.
Gosh, that is wonderful.
That's in Alabama, that one?
Mobile?
Dauphin Island is.
Oh, okay.
Dauphin
It
Island.
looks like it's dolphin, but it's Dauphin.
Okay.
Yeah, Dauphin.
Dauphin.
Oh,
Okay.
is it pretty?
I thought it was Pennsylvania. But anyway, all right, so we have the top 10 list from David
Okay.
Letterman.
Yeah.
Oh, let's take our break first, then we'll do this when we come back.
okay,
All right.
okay.
And then, of course, we need to get the blood report. We haven't
Yes,
done that yet. So
yes.
we'll do all of that when we come back with Galen Unold.
Okay.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today. There can be a shower or thunderstorm around this afternoon and evening. Our high today, 85 at the coast, 90 inland. Later tonight, partly cloudy, those 60 at inland, 73 on the coast. For tomorrow, partly sunny with a shower or thunderstorm, mainly during the afternoon hours. The high 83 on the coast, 88 inland. And for Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds with a shower or thunderstorm, mainly during the afternoon hours, high 84 to 88. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
Looking for that spot to try some real Cuban food? Head on over to Mama V's Cuban Cafe with home-cooked food just like Abuela used to make it. Mama V's is the #1 authentic Cuban cuisine. Centrally located on Highway 200 in Ocala. Best Cuban sandwich, steak, black beans and rice, and yummy sweet plantains, tres leche, and flan for dessert. Mama V's is open Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, Saturday, 10 to 9. Sandwich combos include side and drink for $7.95. And you've got to try Mama V's Tropical Shakes. 622-1727. Mama V's Cuban Cafe.
Is your credit headed in the wrong direction? If so, Florida Credit Union can help turn it around. If the signs are reading missing payments, maxing out cards, or borrowing from financing companies, it's time to steer your credit to safety. Pull into a Florida Credit Union today and let us help you map out a personalized credit management plan. Get a free credit report analysis and advice to help you consolidate wisely. A better plan can get you to a better place. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
WOCA. AM 1370. 96.3. 96.3.
We are The Source, WOCA, news, talk, sports, and more.
At 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, Galen Unold from LifeSouth Community Blood Center is on the phone, and we did not ask him how the blood supply is. Right. Anything new, Galen? Anything we need to know?
Well, I mean, they're just besides that major change to the process, that's a big one. No, I mean, again, it's kind of where we're at right now in the month of May. We need O negative, we need B negative right now, and we need A negative, and of course, we always need platelet donors. So that's kind of where we're at.
There you go. So David Letterman's last show is it Wednesday, Robin? What is the 20th? It's Wednesday.
Wednesday,
okay.
Next Wednesday.
And who's taking over? Colbert?
Yeah, Stephen Colbert, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So David Letterman kind of made the top 10 list, kind of his trademark thing, and I think a lot of people, of course, stole it or did variations of it or whatever, and probably like we've done the same thing, I'm guessing. But anyway, so I found some of the favorites of other people of the top 10 lists, and rather than read the top 10, I'll just read the number 1 of each category. I thought it was kind of fun, right? The top 10 least popular Broadway shows, the number 1 was O Velveeta.
Oh, Velveeta.
Oh, Velveeta. Yeah.
Everybody loves cheese.
Everybody loves cheese. The top 10 least loved Christmas stories, the number 1 on the list was the teddy bear who came to life and mauled a retail clerk.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Freddy Krueger rises again as a teddy bear.
The top 10 jobs in hell. Number 1 was the human axle Raymond Burr's town car. There must have been a story going on at that time that would apply to.
Oh, yeah, but the human axle. Of Raymond Burr. Gosh, wow.
Do you know one of the things about looking at the old David Letterman clips as he's, trying to just look at the stuff? The one where Madonna is using the F word over and over again?
Yes, I remember that.
Have you ever known anybody that did that? I mean, just spoke with curse words so much.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was in the United States Navy.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So there,
Absolutely.
But that is just so, I mean, it's kind of weird. It's like, how do you stop them?
Mm-hmm.
You don't, especially if they outrank you.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, let's see.
You just sit there and go, yes, chief. Yes, chief. Yes, chief. I had the master chief on our boat. The cursing like a sailor. He brought it to an art form. He was phenomenal. I mean, he could curse. I'll never be able to meet anybody who is that talented again with a curse word. We've had, I think we talked about this before. But,
talented with curse words. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was great.
When I worked I haven't been in the Navy, but when I worked at the Nassau Coliseum, it was probably the closest that I ever came to this. Mm-hmm. Most of the people I worked with were Hispanic. Spanish was their first language, but they could talk in English, and when they did. Oh man, did they curse?
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
And here's the weird thing about how they would curse. It wasn't like they'd be complaining. The words just became like the all-purpose adjectives.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you're surrounded by people who curse. It just becomes a lot easier to curse. So that's just.
And did you have this? Did you have the term of endearment? Did you have the expletive used as a term of endearment? This happened to me
of course,
all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, just fill in the blank. I can't say any of them on the air. But they'd hit you on the back, or they'd see you walk through the door. And when I say hit you on the back, I mean in a friendly way. They'd pat you on the back.
Yeah.
They'd say, hey, just fill in the blank.
Oh, my God.
Fill in the blank with whatever.
It had something to do with your mother. It could have something to do with your lack of your lack of parentage. You never know. It could have. Well, but again, and when you're there's a group of guys, like there's a certain age in your life, at least in my life, where you hang out with a certain group of guys, and that's just how you talk. When I was in the Navy, like if I was to run into my old Navy buddies, that's probably how I would talk within 30 seconds.
Oh gosh, I can't imagine being around you, and you can't.
Like talking like an accent. It's almost talking like talking with an accent.
No, if I started talking that way around you, you would find it super weird.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yes, and I think, and probably vice versa. But if you're hanging out with a group of friends that's how you communicated with, it wouldn't be weird in context.
Oh, did I?
Context is everything.
All right. Now, here's the context where other people witnessed me doing this. And Robin were you there when I pulled that guy off the fence? Were you with me?
No.
All right. So I may have shared this with you before, but the guy was fired at WTMC. The studios were right near the interstate.
Yep.
And he announced that he was going to go throw himself in front of a truck. And I watched him walk down the road, and I said, oh, my gosh, he's not kidding. And by the time I got in my car, and by the time I drove down there, he was on the fence. Mm-hmm. And I went with another guy, and you might know the guy, Galen, but I won't say his name. But anyway, so I got out of the car, I pulled him off, and I was using every expletive, and my voice was louder than you've ever heard it. Mm-hmm. The guy was not small, but I was bigger, and I literally pulled him off the fence, pushed him onto the ground, and then pushed him into my car and drove him back to the station and told him to sit in that chair and wait for somebody to come that can help him out. Mm-hmm. And I am telling you, I had the worst mouth ever. Mm-hmm. And when I looked at the guy, I had finally had a chance to look at the guy who was with me. He was looking at me like, oh, my God. I've never seen you like this. I said, well, you don't need, I don't need to be like that except for once in a while.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't have to have that as an everyday occurrence.
It's just once in a while. It's a good tool.
Absolutely. There's a time and place for everything. I think I've heard my mom curse like maybe twice. And both times you just stop dead and you go, oh, I crossed that line.
I have done that. I have done that, and I'm not proud of it when my kids were little. I just, a few times I did
No.
Like,
but you know what?
God.
At the time, it was very effective.
Yeah.
Whether you wanted it to be or not. I mean, that's just one. Yeah, absolutely.
I guarantee I'd be in the same court with you. If somebody was coming to attack you and I was there with you and you were, oh, please. You would hear everything coming out of my mouth.
Absolutely. It's you know, sometimes it's the perfect word.
One time Matt Gibbs was on the air here. He had a very nasty caller, very antagonizing caller.
Very.
And because I'm on the air, I couldn't do that. But I was so close.
Yeah.
I yelled at the guy and I refrained from it. I was so close. All right, let's go to the phone. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And to go back to just to finish Larry's story, the gentleman is still alive. He still lives here in town. He's working. He's got a family, and he's really, really happy. So you really.
Robin thinks I saved his life. I'm not so sure. But
I do. He would have thrown himself out of the truck.
Good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for waiting, by the way.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. To get things back to David Letterman, I remember when he did funny stunts. He would drop watermelons out of the studio window several stories below down to the square down at the bottom. I remember the Alka-Seltzer suit and the Velcro suit.
Oh, right.
And Chris Elliott used to pop up from under the audience.
Yeah, that's right. Chris Elliott. I forgot about Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
Remember Larry Bud Melman or something?
He had this signal with the drummer where he would flex his elbow and the drummer would do a rim shot.
Oh, I don't remember that one. Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Have a good morning, all.
Thank you. I think we're going to miss Letterman more than we missed Leno. What do you think?
I think so.
Oh yeah. Leno is always second fiddle to David. David became, there was a time in his career where he was must-watch TV. So, I think the last 10 years. You remember when he came back and left and came back? So he hasn't been the same since. He used to be must-watch TV.
All right, so that.
Then you remember Carson went through the kind of the same thing where he was the greatest and then fell off. So.
Yeah. And one thing, I don't think Letterman ever had a guest host. What did he do when he took time off? Did he just have reruns?
I don't know.
Probably.
He must have.
I'm sure some people have filled in for him. Yeah.
All right, so here's some more number ones from his top 10. Okay, the top 10 courses for athletes at SMU. What would that be, Galen? SMU.
It's a university down in Texas. And they won a national title, but they cheated, or they didn't win a national title. They won. They were really, really good, and then they got the death penalty, and then they just came back. So.
Oh.
It's Southern Methodist University.
Okay, so let me.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to read the whole top 10 from that category. All righty?
Okay.
Number 10, subtraction. Addition's a tricky pal. Number 9, the first 30 pages of A Tale of Two Cities, foundation of a classic. The first 30 pages. Number 8, sandwich making, final project required. These are the top 10 courses. Number 7, alumni-owned hotels, restaurants, and car dealerships, the interlocking economy. Number 6, pre-law seminar, age of consent in 50 states.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Number 6, the Denny's menu, recent discoveries. Number 4, the Bunny and the Wolf, hand shadow workshop.
Oh, gee, that's funny.
Number 3, Draw Winky. Number 2, From First Love to Looker, the films in which Susan Day appears naked. And the number 1, top 10 course of athletes in SMU, the poetry of Hank Stram.
Oh, I don't know that.
There we go.
Wow. Hank Stram was a football coach, and he was known for his vivid language. He could curse for the best of them.
All right, I do have another one that's up your alley. Ready? Top 10, I'll do the whole top 10. Top 10 least popular exhibits at the Baseball Hall of Fame. Number 10, the tobacco juice fountain.
Ew.
Number 9, Babe Ruth's cup. Number 8, what it's like to get hit in the head with a Nolan Ryan fastball. Number 7, the Yogi Berra kissing booth.
Really bad. There you go.
Number 6, the giant stack of Pete Rose's losing OTB tickets. Off-track betting.
Oh, that's horrible.
Number 5, display case of garbage thrown at the San Diego Chicken. Number 4, Steve Garvey's Bed and On Deck Circle. Number 3, cocktail glass filled with Billy Martin's knocked out teeth. Number 2, Scratch a Real Big Leaguer. And number 1, the audio animatronic Mookie. Galen, where's the Bloodmobile?
Bloodmobile? Wow, I'm so shocked by that. We're at the Publix on 40 Shopping Center, right there on East Silver Spring Boulevard.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Sorry, I went too long. Galen, thank you for what you do. Go donate blood. Thank you, Penn Flooring, for sponsoring this. And Galen, have a great day.
All right, you guys are the best.
All right, we will be right back.
Tracks, killing at least 7, injuring more than 200 others.
Fox's Rick Leventhal in Philadelphia. A jury in Boston is deliberating whether marathon bomber Johar Tsarnaev should get the death penalty or life in prison without parole.
The 24-page verdict form includes mitigating factors like the impact of Tsarnaev's family, his brother's radicalization, and the remorse a Catholic nun said Tsarnaev showed in 5 meetings with her. The aggravating factors include his participation in a terrorist act of an iconic event, the murder of a policeman, and the profound loss of those he killed.
Fox News Radio's Bill Marcus in Boston. Fox News, we report. You decide.
Fox News Early Prime, breaking down business news and its impact on your bottom line. Your World with Neil Cavuto.
That's how I do business. That's why I am business.
Bold positions and brash opinions on the topics America is buzzing about. The Five.
How do you think this will set in with the American people?
This will be the pulse of the nation.
Washington insight and political know-how from the best in the Beltway. Special report with Brett Baer.
The epicenter of the political world is here.
The number one place for fair and balanced coverage. Fox News Channel.
What's wrong with working hard to make our lives and our kids' lives better? Nothing.